What's going on, guys? Keith here, Two Guys How To, and I'm just finishing up some stuff today before the sun goes down. And last weekend, Father's Day, we blew out the inner tube on this tire of this PW80. So I'm going to show you guys how to put a new tire on. Basically, we ordered one. I got this one off of eBay. It's pretty good. It came in about 5 days. I believe this is a 16-inch tire. It's actually a 12-inch rim. And we got it from IRC, and I got a tube that goes with it. So the tire needs a tube inside when you're doing these dirt bikes, mini bikes, a lot of times the mopeds. So you want to make sure you order the tube that goes with it, and it'll come with this metal spout. It's like a stainless Schrader valve, and that'll go up through the rim like so. And once you get it inside there, you basically take this nut off, put it up through the rim, tighten this lock nut down. That'll tighten that whole tube up inside there to where it won't spin around, especially under pressure. If you get a flat or something, you want this tube to stay stationary. So let's get busy, strip this thing down, get this tire off of here, and I can show you guys how to break the bead, install this new tire and this new tube in here so she can get back out running around and practicing on this PW80. So let's get busy with this thing real fast and break the brakes, take the rim off, and I'll show you guys how to do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start taking out that Schrader valve right there. Looks like it's a 12 millimeter. Get that a little bit loose. Take that nut totally all the way out of there. That's what holds our tube in. So we're going to go ahead and just set that to the side. We're not going to need that. It came with a brand new one. And I've got an assortment of screwdrivers, pry bars, little breaker bars. And I'm actually going to take some rags and set them down on there so I can get this little breaker bar up under the tire. And I'm just going to push down on it, kind of see if we can break the bead. And I'm going to try to go under right here and put a rag there so I don't damage that rim at all when I end up prying it over top. And I'm actually going to start on the opposite side of the Schrader valve. Let's just go ahead and start on this side. Looks a little more limber over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that rag down in there and get up underneath that tire. And I'm actually going to try to do that with a couple of these breaker bars at one time. Let's see if I can do 2 or 3 of them. June's not here, so I'm kind of doing it by myself here. Normally, you would want someone to push on these two. As well as get this one up here too. And we can go ahead and keep going around. If we could lock these down, let's go ahead and just see if we can get underneath this rim over in this corner here one more time. And it's tight. These little tires are tight. It's nice to have 2 people that you can hold these down and get another one underneath of there. Alright, let's see if we can pop that up. We're almost up out of there. If we can just do one more. Get this big one over a little bit further. Let's see if we can get one more underneath there somewhere. I'm trying to keep the rag so we don't scrape that rim up. I think we got it if we just pull up on it. we go. If we were just doing a tube, I would just take 1/2 of the tire out and put the new tube in. But we're gonna change this whole thing, so let's just go ahead and keep working this whole thing around here. All right, that's half of it. So now we just got to fight the other half. And you can see the tube, the Schrader valve on this thing just ripped right out. The tube's just totally gone. All right, so we got the one side out. Now let's go ahead and go on the inside and see if we can get this to pry up without damaging the rim one more time. I'm gonna go down inside there and get underneath that lip of that tire that's on this side, but it's this lip here. And poke it down through. Once you get it down through, you'll see it. And it is nice to have two people here. And you can see it coming out this other end right there. It'll be right up underneath there. And I'm just going to go ahead and pry this thing off real gently. Let's move down a little bit. Little by little, trying to keep that rag in there, not to scrape that rim up. And you can see she's starting to come apart right there in the middle there. And these little rims, I'll tell you what, they can give you a headache. They're so small and just tight. The newer ones, hopefully the newer one goes on easier than this one's coming off. And boom, you can see the tube is up inside there. And actually the tube, the Schrader valve to the tube is just gone, it's missing. Remember I pulled it out earlier, so there's your tube and your tire. Set that there. Let's bring this back. So we can do this all over again. And you want to inspect right here. You got let me raise this thing up. You got a rim saver right here because these are spokes. If this was a mag, you wouldn't. Sometimes they don't even take a tube, but this covers up your spoke holes, so that doesn't pop your inner tube. So let's go ahead and double check that. It looks pretty good. It does have a little bit of rust on the rim that I'm going to clean off real quick with the wire brush. All right, you can see how much cleaner that is right there. What you want to do, you don't want to hit that rim saver. Clean that up, because if there's a bunch of rust and debris, it'll pop that tube. So let me finish up on this and let's get this tube and tire mounted back on here. So now for the fun part, let's see if we can get this thing on. If we have to, I'll use a little bit of WD-40, but let's see if we can just put it on here with a little bit of soap and water to get it to snap around this rim. I'm just gonna try to get it started just on half, not on the whole thing. And every time I look over, I can't see myself from here, so let's just try to do the half first. Just get it on this half, don't worry about the back half. It's good to let it sit out in the sun for a little bit. But, let's go ahead and put that rag there, see if we can pry part of this tire up onto the rim. There. Okay, we're gonna have to go through the back side on this thing and go up and over the rim. Once you get it set in there a little bit like this. This tire is super, super, super strong. It's brand new, it's not broken in. They usually don't go on as easy as the other ones that are stretched out come off. So let's just get it seated in there for now. Let's see if I can just get something to pull up, get this pulled up over the rim gently. And go ahead and get this rag on here. Don't beat it up too bad. You see, you want it to go up. I've got my screwdriver where that red rag is up underneath there. All right, got that like that. All right, fought with that thing. You got to be real careful when you get up under that rim. You do not, when you get up underneath that rim and you pull it back, you don't want to pinch that tube in there. So I got it on here, and the Schrader valve is nice and straight. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of pull it out a little bit, screw the nut down, pull it down a little bit more, and get that nut straight. And let's add a little bit of air and get that nut to pop out a little further. Sounds good. I don't hear any leaks. Yeah, it's my air hose. Scared me there for a second. So let's go ahead and get that 12mm wrench back on here. Tighten the Schrader valve down. And bring it up. I'm going to go ahead and fill this all the way up. what it says on the side of the tire here. And it's not really saying it, so I'm just gonna go, here it is. Yeah, it's not saying it on this one, so I'm gonna probably go with about maybe 12 PSI, 10, 12 PSI to start. I'm gonna go ahead and overfill it, and then I'm gonna let some air out of it. I got about 20 in there, and that's where I want it. Tighten the Schrader valve up, and let's go ahead and get this thing back up on the bike so they can get riding, if not tonight, tomorrow. So let's tighten the Schrader valve up. And that'll lock that tube in there nice. Don't over tighten it, just get it to where it quits tightening and give it just a little half turn more. That's it, done deal. So let's get this back on the bike. All right, there you have it. Chain's tight. Everything's good. I got some chain guard for some chain wax. Oil that chain up real quick while it's on the stand. Sweet. Good to go. So let me go and zing this thing around and have a little fun while I should be working. All right, guys, so made sure we got that chain adjusted. You don't want it too tight, especially for me. I'm heavy, so I usually sit on the bike and I'll grab the chain, make sure it's loose, and then I'll get off and tighten it up. If not, you're gonna wear the chain and sprockets out. So I'm Keith, Two Guys How To. Hopefully I showed you a thing or two, saved that money. If you would have took it somewhere, you'd be out 35, 40 bucks just to mount that little teeny tire. And we only paid 50 for the tire, 47 bucks. So I'm out, save that money. Goes with the tire fix, no helmet, and she has no idea what the gearing is, but she'll figure it out. All right, that's enough before I kill myself or break the bike. Keith, Two Guys How To. Fix yourself, save that money. I'm out. What's up, Iggy? Talk to him before I shut the video down. Oh yeah. Yep. You're not a pig, you're a lawyer. He's not a pig, he's a lawyer. Peace.
I'm not a pig, I'm a lawyer.